Welcome aboard this 2001 Heritage East 36 Sundeck being offered today at South Mountain Yachts. She's loaded with features. Will make a great Catalina cruiser, great loop cruiser, maybe even an awesome liveaboard. She's well powered with a single diesel Cummins engine, has a bow thruster, fore and aft cabin, lots of living space on frangy-pangy. So step aboard with me as we check out all of her features. Here we are, starting off forward starboard on frangy-pangy. We see we've got the plow anchor, windlass, oversized rub rail there. And then as we move down along the side, note we've got our 50 amp cord nicely hung from the railing so it doesn't drag. We've got our outlet right here, our side entry, forward facing windows, and then a set of dock stairs. This gives us a view of the walk around, and then from here coming along the side we see we've got our aft cabin port lights that keep that room nice and bright in here. We can also board this vessel from the transom deck right back here. Note we've got the included dinghy with the davits so she can easily be launched into the water. Stepping aboard, we see we've got enough room here for a deck chair, and off to the port side we've got our reboarding ladder. Circling over here in front of us, we've got these stairs which are nice and easy to access right up to our sun deck right here. Up here we've got our barbecue, we've got our wet bar right there, lots of cabinet space, looks like we even have a coffee maker, and then our basin right there. We do have a little refrigerator up on top. This well-covered sun deck can be fully enclosed for year-round use, but here in Southern California we can leave her open all year. We've got it set up with a couple chairs right there. Just sit here, watch the sunset, enjoy the view. From here, we go to the Flybridge, up a few more steps. This does give us an overview. We've got the port and starboard seating areas with storage underneath. In front of us, we've got our captain's chair and cowl storage up underneath. In front of us, we've got our stainless steel ship's wheel, our electronics right here. It's a repeat of what's below, split screen capabilities. Our Cummins engine gauges right here. Engine hours, again, about 1100. This is a view to below. And we've got our windlass control, bow thruster, autopilot, shift and throttle, VHF radio. This is a relatively new enclosure. We've got the solid Macrolon enclosure, and these owners did the right thing. They have covers for the Macrolon to preserve her for years to come. You can't quite see it from here, but there is another deck which can be used for storage. Put your paddle boards, kayaks, layout on there. It can support weight on that, and it does have a safety rail. So you don't roll off. There's an overview of our living space. Access to the bow is nice and easy. We've got wide side decks along both sides. As you can see, we've got our handrail up above, and our rails here are about 1.25 1.5 round, so they're nice and sturdy. Notice the stanchions are even close together. Coming down here, we see we've got a nice stainless steel frame for the door, and we can easily enter the vessel from here. We've got aggressive non-skid decking, and we've got our water and fuel fills, one on both sides. Our 50 amp plug is right here, easily reachable from the dock. We've got a large foredeck here. This area has the non-skid decking, and you could use it easily for another living space. Put some deck chairs out here, maybe even a little barbecue, get some sun pads made, use it as a lounge area. As we move forward, we see multiple cleats. It appears we have a shortened bow pulpit, probably to cut down a foot on the slip fee, and then windlass, anchor, line and chain with both foot pedals here and controls from the helm. We've got our posts right there, hatch with a cover on it, and then as we circle around, we see we've got our forward facing windows covered with a windscreen there, or sunscreen. Cuts down on the UV, yet still allows light and air in there, but it does protect the interior. We've got our hailer, windshield wipers, and it looks like we've got a camera so we can see as we're docking. There's one of the Macrolon glass covers I was telling you about. There's covers all the way around, so that enclosure should last for years. From here, let's move on. We enter the vessel through this port side door and into the main salon right here. Notice the view that we have, how open, bright, and airy it is. These windows do open, and they have screens, and they also have window shade coverings so that when you're in the vessel you have privacy. Note the teak and holly floor. The woodwork and joinery on this vessel is in top condition. Circling around, we see our settee, and that table also can be easily lowered, and this can be made into another berthing area right here. Off to starboard, we have our helm. Circling around, we have our entertainment area, and this can be used as a desk so we can work while on board. Circling around, we see we've got gunnel storage off on the sides, and then shades all around. Looking at the lower helm here, we see we have above, we've got our autopilot, VHF radio, and hailer right there. Notice the degree of visibility you have. We do have a windshield wiper. We've got our Raymarine system right here. It's radar, GPS, fish finder also. Moving over here, we see we've got all of our gauges, our tachometer, engine hour meter showing about 1100 hours, volt, fuel, port and starboard gauges. Very importantly, for maneuverability, we've got our bow thruster, and then our Hart interface inverter charger right there. Now as we pull back, we see we've got our shift and throttle, and yes, harken back to the old days, we do have a compass on board. As we pull back, we have what I call our Popeye steering wheel. These are points of the compass. And then below we have our electrical panel right there. This is extremely convenient. Behind here, we have our battery switch. So we open our door, step in, turn the batteries on, fire her up, we're all good to go. From here, let's explore the down galley. Just down a few steps, and here we are. Now every captain knows a well-fed crew is a happy crew. We've got some nice features here. We've got a dual basin stainless steel sink, pull-out shower wand right there, black water gauge, forward water gauge, our gas control lever right there. If you note how bright it is in here, and you're also part of the activity in the salon. And as we circle around, note we've got a lot of counter space here. We've got storage. Awesome feature is our 3-burner propane stove, accompanied with an oven which is large enough to bake bread in there. Just imagine that aroma. More cabinet storage there, and then an insulated icebox area there also. Our microwave is above us, and then our full-size, that's boat full-size refrigerator right there. Note the teak and holly floor throughout the vessel. Now as we move forward, we have our guest cabin with the privacy door right here. Nice little seating area, hanging locker, this vessel has some nice woodwork. Note the wainscoting all around our overhead hatch. This bed is about 6'5" in overall length. We've got gunnel storage, and then down below we've got more storage area right there. And for our guest convenience, easily accessible, we've got our guest head right here, fully lined fiberglass, easy to care for, easy to clean. Note the teak insert in the deck, porcelain head, power vent, and a pull-out shower wand. Now on to the master suite, which is separate and private. Down a few steps, and this gives us an overview. It's a queen-size island bed, so it can be accessed from either side. Off to port, we've got drawer storage and lower cabinets, mirror, and port lights. Notice we've got nightstands on both sides here. Let's call it a his and hers. Mirrors, and a great feature on this is we have an opening center light there. Now just imagine the moonlight coming through while you're listening to the waves lull you to sleep as they slap against the hull. Circling around, we have the ensuite head right here. Again, fully lined fiberglass vacuum flush system. Easy to care for, easy to clean. As we circle around, we get to see, yep, there's a shower stall right there. For even more privacy, yep, we've got this sliding door so we can close ourselves off from the rest of the world. Got about 6.5 feet of headroom in this cabin. All set, ready for the next owner. Engine room access is through the salon deck. Check out the spaciousness of the engine room. the condition of the heat exchanger end caps, and the air filter. This motor can be worked on both sides. Frangie Pangie has been well cared for. She's neat, clean, odor-free. View her today, own her tomorrow at South Mountain Yachts.